Hey guys, this is going to be our unit 7.4, and now we're going to be talking about dividing a polynomial and a monomial. So to divide a polynomial and a monomial, divide each term by the numerator, in the numerator by the term in the denominator for exponents. Recall the exponent rule. So I'm sorry, our quotient rule. So we remember that when we were in unit 6, we had x to the a over x to the b. Our rule is we're going to subtract our numerator from our denominator when it comes to our exponents. So it's a minus b, okay? So if we look at this answer, this question, we are going to focus on the left side, and then we are going to shift and look to the right side. So what we're going to do here is we're going to divide our 8 and our 4 first. And so 8 divided by 4 is 2. And I'm going to leave my fraction bar here, okay, just so that we understand what's going on. Because we're still dividing, I'm going to keep that fraction bar. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. And since it's a whole number, the 2 goes to the numerator, right? And then we have n to the power of 2 divided by n. Well, we know that our quotient rule tells us to subtract a minus b. So we have 2 minus the power of 1 is going to be 1. And so this would also go in our numerator since our answer is a whole number. So we have 2n to the power of 1. Now we are going to be looking at the other side. So now we're going to remember this negative symbol is here, and we're going to look at this 36 divided by 4. 36 divided by 4 is 8, but it's a negative 8 because this 36 is negative. So we have negative 8, and then we're going to minus, right? We're going to subtract. We have n to the power of 1 minus n to the power of 1. Well, 1 minus 1 is 0, so this would be n to the 0, and we know that anything to the power of 0 always equals 1, right? And so since we did have a fraction and everything is now in the numerator, we keep this fraction over 1, and we can reduce this fraction now. Well, anything over 1 is itself, or anything divided by 1 is itself. So let's go ahead and put this in simplest terms. We have 2 times n, or 2n. I don't need to write that 1. And then we have negative 8 times 1 is just negative 8. So our final answer is 2n minus 8. Just like I said earlier, we're going to look at the left side, then the right. So if I look at my left side here, I'm going to actually go ahead and separate the two since this is a plus sign. So we're going to look at just the left side. And so we have negative 14 divided by 7 is going to be negative 2. And then we have x x to the 12th divided by x to the 2. So we're just going to subtract our x's, which is going to be x to the 10. Then we have y to the 5, and we're going to subtract the 2, which is going to be y to the 3, or y cubed. Now, if we look at the right side here, we can see that they're exactly the same. And we do understand that anything over itself or anything divided by itself is 1, right? So we could just reduce this to 1. Now, if that, doesn't really compute in your brain, we can still just do it step by step. 7 divided by 7 is going to be 1. X squared over x squared, when we know we're subtracting our 2, so this is going to be x to the 0. And then y squared and y squared, we're subtracting the 2. This is going to be y to the 0. Then we're going to go ahead and simplify that. X to the 0 is 1. Y to the 0 is 1. And then we bring down the other 1. And we know that 1 times 1 times 1 equals 1. So all of this just simplified to plus 1. So this is our final answer. All right, so let's take a look at number 17. There's a few ways to do this problem, and either, you can still get to the same answer, but what might be simplest is to go ahead and simplify this fraction first. Okay, we just did that before when we were dividing, right, the left side and the right side. So let's go ahead and do that. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And then we're going to subtract our exponents, which is going to leave us with 1x. Then we have 6 divided by 3 is 2. And when we subtract the exponents with 1, that would cancel out our x's, leaving us with just the answer 2. Now we can go ahead and bring down this binomial and then go ahead and use our FOIL method. So now we have 5x times 2x is going to be 10x. 5x times -1 is -5x. 2 times 2x is 4x. And then 2 times -1 is -2. Can we go ahead and combine your like terms? So we have 10x, oh, I'm sorry, this is supposed to be squared. So 10x squared. Then we're going to subtract 5x and 4x, which is just -x now, and then -2. So here's our final answer.